Hey, welcome to Marketing Monday. My name is Natalie Armstrong-Motin, and today we're going to talk about a step-by-step guide to create introductory videos. We see them more and more being used on various rosters, panels, websites, social media accounts, etc., and they are a great way for people to get to know you. All right, we've got our caramel macchiato today. Oh, that's sweet and good. All right. So today we're going to talk about the short form videos that are used as introductory videos. It is a great way for you to stand out in what can be an often crowded world of mediators. So creating short, engaging videos is one of the best ways to connect with potential clients. It's also a great way for you to explain about not just who you are, but what you do, how you do it, for whom. You can talk about all different kinds of things, but video really helps people see your personality, hear your voice, understand your process, and it makes them much more comfortable right from the get-go. So we're going to talk about the really friendly step-by-step processes to create introductory videos, whether or not you're focusing on a brief sort of quote unquote about me sort of video, or maybe an explanation of how mediation works, or your FAQs, for example. So the first thing you want to do is really clarify what is the purpose of the video. What is it very specifically that you want to say? And we generally want to express a single idea, a single thought at a time. So before you even pick up the camera and open up your computer, really get clear on why you're making this particular video. Are you introducing yourself? Are you showcasing your personality, your style? Is this the story of why? Is this an about me piece? Is it explaining your process? Are you giving potential clients a snapshot of what mediation looks like from start to finish when they use you as the mediator? Do you require opening statements, no opening statements? What is different, unique, special about your practice? Maybe you're answering, like I said, FAQs. Addressing all of those really common questions like how long does mediation usually take, or is it cheaper than going to court? All of those kinds of things. Now, again, pro tip, stick to one main message per video. You want to keep things clear and concise, just like in a mediation room. And in that way, they'll be really easy for your audience to follow. Next, you want to have maybe not a script, but at least an outline of the points that you want to make. You do want to keep it conversational. So you don't want a word for word script that you're going to read, but you do want to have a bullet point outline to prevent rambling. Think of it like a mini conversation. So you want to have an intro. Hi, my name is Natalie. I'm a mediator that focuses on, insert your specialty. One or two points then that would be of value of mediation or your unique approach. So, a short example, a quick anecdote, scenario, obviously keeping confidentiality in mind, that illustrates how you help people or how you work with people. You can always put in a call to action. Say something like, interested in learning more, visit my site or book a consultation. Also, before you hit record, read your outline out loud to see if it sounds natural, see if it feels stiff. Imagine that on the other side of the camera is a friend or a colleague that you're explaining this information to. Next, obviously, you gotta have a studio. You've got to have a place to film. You do want to keep it simple. You don't need a big fancy Hollywood sound stage. You don't need a fancy setup to create an engaging video. You can use a smartphone, just your handheld camera. You can use the camera on your laptop if it's good quality. But really, it's good lighting. That's very important. For a location, I think for me, a quiet, well-lit room is really important. I try to avoid cluttered backgrounds. You can have an office bookshelf or a neutral wall. For lighting, if you have the ability to sit facing a window, that is absolutely best. Natural light is the best. But if not, you can use soft light or a small ring light if you're indoors. But you do want to try to avoid harsh shadows or really bright overhead lights. Those can wash you out. You definitely want to avoid ceiling fans buzzing around in the background. Not just the sound, but also the movement is really distracting. Talking about sound, you could use a really very basic external mic, or ensure that you're in a very quiet space. For example, I can suggest that you don't use the headphones or the earbuds with the microphone. I also find it distracting when people have the big podcaster microphone in front of them. One, the sound is very harsh because it's super clear and our ears aren't used to that. But also it blocks your face from being seen. I can suggest that you do a little tech test. Test by hitting record what the lighting looks like, what the sound sounds like. And that way you can adjust it if anything needs to be adjusted before you start recording your full piece. Now, how do you dress? You dress like you would normally dress for a mediation. You dress like you at work. When you're going to work, you choose clothes that are comfortable but professional. That's what you want to wear in your video. This is the first introduction people are getting to you, so you want to look in the video like you look. Prospective clients watch these videos. They're looking to get a sense of who you are, so wear what you would normally wear in a client meeting, right? Next, posture. Yeah, posture. Just like your mother told you, sit up straight. You don't want to be stiff and unmoving, but you do want to sit up straight. So find a nice chair or stand. I think that sitting, if you're one of those people who likes to sit, great, but avoid the office chairs that swivel and turn. So if you're the person who, with nerves, likes to swivel and move your chair, that's a big no-no. And if you're a person who likes to stand, excellent, you should stand. But again, if you're that person who, when standing, rocks back and forth, plant your feet and stand still. You want to be able to make eye contact with the camera lens. Think of it as making eye contact with the other person in the conversation, your imaginary friend on the other side of the camera, if you will. And your body language. If you're the person that gestures, like me, you want to keep it natural. You don't want to flail around wild and crazy, of course, but don't be afraid to show your natural hand gestures. And then, of course, smile. If it's appropriate for the content of your video, smile. And if you're stumbling over words, that's okay. Just pause, keep going the same way you would in an actual face-to-face conversation. It's a lot more authentic than seeming scripted or overly rehearsed. All right. Now, less is more. You want to keep your videos short, sweet, clarity, and brevity. People have an attention span these days that is phenomenally short. So 60 seconds, maybe 2 minutes of a video, that's frequently enough time to hook someone's interest. If you're explaining your entire mediation process, you could, I suppose, go 3, maybe 4 minutes, but you definitely don't want to exceed that 4-minute mark. All right. Also, be prepared to maybe do multiple takes. This might be your first session recording yourself online or on video. Give yourself a break. Practice, 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 practice. You might have to hit record multiple times. Don't get frustrated. Keep going. Stay relaxed. If you are stressed out and you are frustrated and you take it too seriously, that comes across on the other side of the video. and it creates distance as opposed to connectivity. So relax, be prepared to take multiple takes. It's not a big deal. Let a little warmth and a little personality shine through. All right. If you feel like you are maybe going a bit too long on your video content, you're pushing past that 4-minute mark, put a break in your content and put the content into 2 or 3 other videos so that you have 2 or 3 short form videos. So you might have, for example, a part 1, what is mediation, a part 2, how I guide the process, part 3, you get the idea. Now for basic editing, you don't need anything fancy. You do not need any fancy software, I promise you. If you are on a Mac, you have iMovie. If you are on a PC, you have Windows, and there's a free app on Windows called Clipchamp. Or you can upload your video into Canva. And in Canva, you can edit, and in all of these, you can edit, you can lay in the titles, you can have movement, you can put in transitions, you can add music, you can change the background, you can change the filters, all of those kinds of things. And you do not have to be a professional to do this. All of these platforms are super easy to use. They are free to use. You can watch YouTube tutorials. There are hundreds and hundreds of them that will teach you sort of the finer details of editing your video on these platforms, but you do want to edit just a little bit. Some of them, like Clipchamp or iMovie, have the AI ability to automatically remove awkward pauses. You want to cut out mistakes. You want to keep the flow tight, right? Keep the flow tight. All right. And again, you can add in text overlays. You can add in graphics. You could add in a GIF. Have a little fun with it. You can also incorporate a call to action. You could put in text that reads, visit www.me-the-mediator to learn more. All of those kinds of things. And in all of these editing software programs, you can check the audio levels. You can adjust the audio levels. But I think you could get caught up, and this would be dangerous and frustrating, in getting too involved with the editing, over editing, so to speak, with too many transitions or too many effects. Keep it clean, keep it professional. You do, of course, want to include, though, your branding elements. So, make it yours. You don't need to be heavy-handed with it, but you do want to put your logo on your video. You can put in small branding touches that create a really polished impression. You could do an intro slide, a quick 1-second fade in with your practice name, your logo, use your brand ID colors, use your fonts from your brand ID, right? If you've already got a logo for your practice, put it up in the corner. Then you want to distribute and share the video that you've created. So you've got to post it. You've got to share it. You've got this shiny new video. Make sure people see it. You want to put it on your website, put it on your social media platforms. You can put it in your email signature. You can put it up on all of the directories where you're listed as a neutral. You do want to pay attention, of course, on all of these platforms to the format, the orientation. If you're posting on Instagram Reels or TikTok, you might be looking at a vertical format. If it's on YouTube or your website, it's horizontal, all of those kinds of things. But again, when you open up your editing software, it will allow you to choose the format. You can choose the dimensions. All right. Then once you've got your video and you've got it all formatted and you're really proud of it, show it to your friends, show it to your colleagues, show it to your potential clients, and just ask them, is this speaking to you? Does this video capture my style? Is there any part of it that feels awkward or is unclear? And then refine and create more. Just that easy, all right? So you don't want to stress about perfection. Video is one of those things that's an ongoing learning process, and even a slightly imperfect video can be a lot more engaging than no video at all. So I know it can feel really intimidating at first. I will admit that when I first started recording videos, I went to the craft box and got two little googly eyes and put them on either side of the camera to remind myself to make eye contact with the camera. It's been a few years ago and I don't use the googly eyes anymore, but that did the trick for me. All right, keep it short, keep it authentic, straightforward, but video really does build trust, showcases your expertise, and it encourages your prospective clients to move forward with confidence that you can do a great job for them. So, all right, quick recap, plan your message, record it in a well-lit, quiet space, edit it for clarity, show your personality, share it widely. So that's it. Your turn. Press record. Go for it. Your prospective clients will appreciate getting a glimpse of the person behind the practice. You will reap the rewards of a more engaged, confident potential client. That's it for me. Marketing Monday. Me and my macchiato are done for the day. Take care. Be good humans. Bye-bye.